Okay, here we are continuing on with our office building. And what we're going to do now is add some doors to this structure. So, just a reminder, here is the level one floor plan that we sort of created most of our three-dimensional geometry in. And then we sort of been switching to this 3D view just to see what the heck it looks like. So, yeah, so it's kind of interesting to be drawing in 2D, but creating something in 3D as you're drawing in 2D. Kind of weird, but we could also draw in 3D. You can model in 3D just as well, but sometimes it's easier just to sort of do it in plan and almost treat it like AutoCAD in a way, and we just sort of build it up as we go. Okay, so it looks like my thin lines are still turned off. So I'm going to go up to the quick access toolbar and turn that on again so I can see my beautiful line weights, which are looking pretty good. Okay, so let's add some doors. So pretty straightforward on the doors. Let's add 2 doors into this office, and then we want to do 2 doors here and 2 doors here. So what I'm going to do is just zoom in here a little just so I can see the extents of this bottom edge of the room. I'm going to go to architecture, door, and let's do single. Now, if I just click on the type selector down arrow there, I can see all the different options I have at my disposal, which really isn't that many, but I just want to choose the 36 by 84 single flush door. So let's choose that. And I'm just going to click on that. There we go. And now if I hover over, you can see it. Revit's asking me, do you want the door here? Do you want the door over here? On this side? On this side? Where do you want it? So if I just hover over this wall and click spacebar, you can see that it'll sort of click back and forth on the swing. I can go to the bottom edge of the wall and it'll go down there and go to the top edge. So it's just floating around. It's waiting for me to click. All right, so I'm just going to pop it in right here. Okay, notice what happened. The wall went away, right? So you remember in AutoCAD, you want to put a door there, you got to trim out the wall, you have to add the door, you have to make it look good. Right now, it basically looks good, although it's not positioned correctly. So we can just put the door in, and this is kind of what I do. I just throw them in, and then I fine tune them later. So I'm going to go in and fine tune it now. That's what I mean by later, but I'm going to click the door. I can click this little arrow to switch the swing, or I can click this one to switch the swing in the other direction. Okay, but I want it to swing in, and I want the gap from the door edge to the wall edge to be 4 inches. So I have some temporary dimension strings up here after the door is selected. So I'm just going to click on this one until it gets to the side of the wall I want, which is this side. Then I'm going to click this one till it gets to the side of the door I want, which is right there. And I'm just going to change this temporary dimension to 4 inches and hit enter. Okay, so now that door is in a nice position. The door swing opens against the wall and opens you up into the room. Okay, now for this door, I can just go to do the same thing. Click door, just put it in there. I know it's wrong. I'll hit escape a couple times after I've placed it. Then I'll select the door, move it over, do my little temporary dimension string. Now that one's in the right position. Let me show you another way to do this. I'm going to delete it. How cool is that when I delete it, that wall gets put right back into position. I don't have to worry about the line work or anything. I can select this door. I can go, after I select it, I'm in the modify tools for the door. Okay, you're going to get a nice assignment on these next week. Now I can go to the mirror tool. I can do mirror pick axis or draw the axis. I essentially just want to mirror this door right over this wall, the center line of this wall. So I'll click mirror pick axis, and I'm just going to hover over until I see that center line kind of dashed in and click, and boom, my next door appears. Very handy. So we've got 2 doors we want. Now, how do we get them down here? I can select this door, hold down Control, select this door, go up to copy right here or type in CO. So here's copy right next to move. Okay. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab the corner of this wall, but look at all the line work is sort of real thick. I can't really see what the heck I'm clicking on. I'm going to go ahead, turn on thin lines. I'm going to grab, looks like I got to start the copy command over again since I turned on thin lines. So I'll grab that one, hold down control, click that one, go to copy, grab that inner corner, make sure I really grab that inner corner there, and I'll go put it at the inner corner right there. There we go. We have those doors in. I'm going to hit copy again, grab that inner corner, and go all the way over there, and we got that in. Okay, so we have doors to all of the offices in. Now let's just add a door that swings in over here and a door that swings out over there. Not a grand entrance by any means, but don't sweat that right now. So let's go up to architecture door. We'll do that single flush. I'm just gonna throw a door over here, and I'm gonna throw a door over here. Notice how thick that wall is over here. So let me hit escape a couple times. Click that door. I'm going to spin it around. I'm going to find that dimension between the door and the wall. Get that into position at 4 inches, which is a nice dimension. Leaves room for all the sort of structure that you need at the corner to hold up the door. And I'm just going to flip this one over. And I'll set this to 4 inches, but I'll have that one swing out. So there we go. I'll tell you what, you can do the doors however you see fit on that exterior wall, but try to match up the rest of what I'm doing there. Okay, so that's doors. Pretty straightforward on doors. When I go to door, you'll notice I only have one family in here, this single flush. We can always go find more models, Revit models, doors, and we can bring them in here and we can do what we want, or we can create our own Revit family from scratch and make our own door and put that in here as well. So, but right now in this particular model, we only have this single flush door loaded in with its different instance types, the 30 by 80, the 30 by 84, the 32 by 80, and so on. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, let's annotate those doors. So I'm going to go up to annotate. Let's do tag all. Okay, go up to annotate. In the tag datum, click tag all. And let's go on our little list here. It's saying, what do you want us to include on for tags? And let's just check door tags and hit apply and then hit OK. So what it did is it put a door tag on all of our doors. I always don't really like the position of this because I feel like it just gets in the way, but we can sort of move this down and we can align this one to it. And we can also, I'm going to just select both of these and we can click leader line and it'll just make a little line to that door so it's not like it's way out in space. Let's see if I can align that. There we go. Do that. Just going to move them down first. I want these to look relatively nice. Like I don't want them in a, there we go. I want them to look well composed on the sheet. I don't want anything to look ugly. So I've just selected, let's straighten this one out. There we go. So I just selected one. I can hit control, select the other, go to my properties palette, just click leader line. There we go. And then these, now look at here. I'm having a hard time selecting that note, that tag, but if I keep hitting tab, it'll sort of fluctuate and find it for me. Tab, okay, there it is. Put this one up, grab those two and turn on their leader lines. Very nice. We got the doors and the door tags. Let's check our 3D model. Now you can see the doors in there. Shadows are sort of ruining it, but let me, you can turn those on or off. Here's another thing we can do. I'm going to go to the second button down here and go to graphic display options. Right now it's on the shaded view. Edges are shown. I mean, we could turn the edges off and hit apply and you can kind of see what that looks like. Kind of looks weird. I'm going to keep edges on and I'm going to do smooth lines with anti-aliasing and hit apply. That should make everything look a little smoother. Okay, now I will turn cast shadows on and ambient shadows. You can see ambient shadows by getting this little sort of gradient in the walls. Kind of adds like a fake ambient occlusion. I can talk to you days about ambient occlusion if you'd like, but I don't want to bore you. I'm going to click on lighting. And let's try, for sun setting, click on in session lighting. Let's do sunlight from top left, apply. There, now we got some sun sort of shining in there. Hit OK, hit OK. That's starting to look better. We're starting to see something here. Although, as an entry to a building, I mean, could this be uglier? Hey, look at that nondescript wall. That's my architecture office, right? You know, like how ugly is that? But that's okay. So we've put in doors, we've put in windows. Why don't we, I'm going to stop this one here and I'll do one last video. I just don't want to make these too long. So I'll do one last video, but that's good for now. Next up, we're going to do a roof. We'll do a floor and a roof, and then we'll do some more annotation, and then we'll print it. And that will be your assignment 2.